Welcome to the TJElevatorfan channel. I'm TJElevatorfan's dad, and this video is especially for Suzzex, who was asking, how do you replace the lamps in a Dover panel with other lamps? Because a lot of times when you get an elevator panel off of eBay or wherever you get it from, a lot of the lamps are burned out, and it's not easy to find elevator lamps. So today we're going to see what you need to replace the original elevator lamps with 3.5 volt Christmas tree lights. And some of the supplies that you're going to need are number 36 O-rings. Now these O-rings can be found at Lowe's, and they're back in the bathroom and kitchen sink department because they're normally used as O-rings on kitchen and bathroom faucets. But what we're going to use them for is O-rings to hold the bulbs in place inside the elevator assembly. And here's our Christmas tree lights. I picked these up for like $1 after Christmas. You can get them fairly cheap. If your city has a Christmas shop that's open all year round, you can generally go in and pick these up. You don't have to have 100. You can have as many as you need. The ones that were on 100 were the best deal, so I just bought the whole string. And what we're going to do is pull the bulbs out and actually take the bulbs out of the assemblies and put them into the elevator bulb assembly. To get the bulbs into the assembly, you'll need a pair of needle nose pliers. Scissors may work. Anything that you can use to push the bulb down into the elevator assembly. Today we're going to be replacing the bulbs in an Adams elevator panel like this one here, and those of you on the TJElevatorfan's channel may recognize this panel from New Year's Eve. This is the one that he got for Christmas, and we featured on the New Year's Eve countdown. Well, now what we're going to do, some of the bulbs are burned out behind the buttons, and as you know, whenever you push elevator buttons, they light up until they get to the floor they're on. That's because they have the bulbs behind them. Now this is an Adams elevator panel, but the procedure that we're going to use is very similar to Dover panels, Dover indicator panels. They all have the slide in, push in light assemblies. So let's take a look at those. On the back, if we turn it around, the light bulbs are right here. These are the button assemblies. You have the 4 button assemblies, and then the light bulbs are right behind. See, these white assemblies are where the bulb assemblies are. You simply slide them in and they make the electrical contact. So let's pull one out. We can pull this one. All you do is grab it, pull it out, and you have, this is how it would look behind the elevator button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually take the bulb. All you have to do is pull it out, but as you can see, the grooves on the side make the electrical contacts whenever you push it in, and we have one on each side. So we're going to just, all you do with the bulb, just slide the bulb out, and this is what an elevator bulb looks like, and I just dropped it. But what we have left is this plastic assembly, and we're going to mount a Christmas tree light bulb in here and then push the assembly back into the button switch. So what we're going to do now is we have our assembly, plastic assembly. We're going to take the Christmas tree lights that we got, and we're going to pull a bulb out of the assembly. So you probably all know how to do this. If you replaced bulbs in Christmas trees, simply grab the bulb by the base and wiggle it a little bit until it comes out. And then what you get is you get the bulb is out, and then you get the plastic base of the bulb with 2 little wires coming out of the back and folded up. So what you want to do is you want to take the wire, and it's maybe a little hard to see, but I'm just going to take the wire and pull it out. That's one, and then I'll take the one on the other side and pull it out so that they're straight in and out, and at that point I can pull the bulb out of the plastic assembly. And then you can do whatever you want to with these plastic assemblies, because we're not going to need those anymore. So what we're going to do now is we have the bulb with the 2 wires coming out of it, and this is where our O-rings come in. Now we're going to take a couple O-rings, because these O-rings are we use the number 36 O-rings because they're the right diameter for a Christmas tree bulb to fit down in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our bulb, and we're going to take an O-ring, and then we're going to simply slide the O-ring over the bulb and push it kind of pretty far back on the bulb, you know, about like right there. And then we're going to use 2 of them to make the bulb a little bit more stable in the mount. So then we get it like this, and we put the 2 O-rings. So now what we have is we have our bulb with our 2 number 36 O-rings on it. Now, what we need to do at this point so that the wires make connection in the assembly is we're going to bend the wires up so that they actually fit over the O-rings. And so now the wires are up over the O-rings. Make them as near opposite each other as you can get, because this is what's going to make the connection once you get it back into the bulb assembly. And then once we have this is our bulb fit and ready to go into the mount. So we take our mount and make sure that the wires show through the grooves, and then we're going to take our bulb and push it down into the mount. And you can get it started this way, and then that's where our pliers are going to come in to help push the bulb further down in. So we take our needle nose pliers, don't put any pressure on the bulb, but just take it, and one on either side of the O-ring, and just kind of push the O-ring straight down in. Okay. And here's our finished assembly with the Christmas tree bulb in it, and the O-rings are holding the bulb in place. Now what you want to make sure is that you can actually see the wires, the Christmas tree like wires on top of the O-rings here, because that's what's going to make the connection once you push the bulb in. And then there's the other one on the other side, but and it won't come out. It's nice and tight in there, and when we push it in, we'll have a nice bulb assembly. So that's what we're going to do now. I'll show you how to push it back in. We simply put it back in, and we're ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bulb, and we're going to push it back into the assembly. So we take it, put it back into the assembly. You may have to like push in with your finger a little bit, and then simply push it straight back down in. And now whenever power is applied, it'll light up. So that's how we replace the elevator bulbs inside the elevator buttons and the floor indicators with standard white Christmas tree light bulbs. We hope you enjoyed this and it's been informative. Stay tuned on TJElevatorfan's channel for more videos in this series, because we're going to, hopefully by the end of this year, we're going to have this particular elevator panel mounted and fully operational as far as lights working, bell working, the whole thing. And we're going to do this all on YouTube. Next video I should have Elevatorfan with me.
TJElevatorfan.
TJElevatorfan with me.